ill effects since I've been back in.
Overall, as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 5-1.
It looks good.
They take a 2-1 series lead into Game 4.
So,
thanks for tuning in
fingers
today.
crossed.
We'll be back here tomorrow and all postseason long.
Martinez did hit a home run. I'll leave him in.
Swung on and crushed. Toward the triangle, very deep. Jackie back to the wall. He leaps, and he made the catch! I can't believe it! Jackie Bradley Jr. robbing Aaron Judge of a home run deep in the triangle. Holy smokes! Jackie Bradley Jr. What a play! Absolutely incredible.
Yo, Fry, welcome. Welcome to the channel. W. Corey, welcome back. NG No Good, welcome. Don't necessarily have a specific one. I guess if you want to consider it, it's more kind of along the lines of The Undertaker and Sting. The music's so loud, sorry. The music on the the audio jumped up so high during the pregame for the MLB Network. My two favorite wrestlers are Sting and The Undertaker. Sting #1, Taker 2. So it's kind of like that. It's a dark character. But I'm a face, so I tend to get beat down in the ring a lot. So it's important that my shoulder is in good shape because I can't constantly take I can't constantly take damage to the shoulder and worsen it, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, a night game in Chicago.
The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take
Game
the field.
4.
Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
Slightly nervous, as I should be, but we still know that they have to beat us twice. Very. It's always the one match that I've wanted to see, especially when Sting went to the Crow character. It was like just set up for a dream. It's a dream match. And when Sting came to the WWE, I was so hyped up for it. Now, I don't have a problem with him facing Triple H. So I went to that Mania. I didn't have a problem with it because at the time I'm like, you know what? I know Sting is older. I got to see him wrestle at TNA. And I know he's not as able as he was when he was younger. So I thought Triple H was actually a good guy for him to face because Triple H could help carry the match with him. Taker's not necessarily in a condition to be that guy. Because Taker Sting at that Mania at Levi Stadium is not the Taker Sting that we would have got, you know, like say WrestleMania 25, WrestleMania 24 to 28 in that range. And I hated that match, like, because I was there. So I didn't get to hear any of the commentary. I'm watching the match. I see, you know, DX and NWO come out. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, at the moment it was cool, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, they must be playing the WWE versus WCW angle. So when I got the first chance to watch the match with the commentary, I was actually kind of pissed when it started out because they just started it earlier. I'm like, it makes so much sense why Sting would lose the match. And I was really upset about it. Because I'm like, you couldn't just take the L, Triple H? You just couldn't take the L?
Now the first pitch here from Lester.
And then next year he retires. And I was at that one too. Those were the two Manias I went to. I'm going to Mania this year as well. But to see my favorite wrestler, for one, to see The Undertaker wrestle at WrestleMania twice. To see Sting get to wrestle at WrestleMania, and to see him get inducted in the Hall of Fame and be at the Hall of Fame ceremony was pretty freaking cool. I will never forget that. Never ever forget that. It's probably that WrestleMania at Levi Stadium probably is my favorite one. I don't know what could top it. I'd have to see when Taker retires and gets inducted how that WrestleMania card plays out, but that probably is my favorite. Because I thought that WrestleMania was pretty solid too. Dropped it. The cash in, yeah. The cash in by Rollins, the crazy RKO off the curb stomp. Daniel Bryan Lee kicking off the show, winning the Intercontinental title in the ladder match. The Rock coming out, I wasn't expecting that.
Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. Don't want to forget about him.
Yep, hack attack.
Stepping in now, Trey Turner. A pitch out. The throw. Oh, but he thought
I hit the
better
button
of it
too
as he
early.
aborted the steal attempt and headed back to first.
I thought it was a good
There's
Mania.
pitch down in the dirt for ball number 2.
And it's one of those things, sometimes it's hard to say, is it good or is it bad? Because when you're there and there's a bunch of people, like all the energy in the stadium, even if it's a bad show, all of the energy in the stadium helps make it better than what it is, because you have just, like, everyone's so hyped up.
Calling balls and strikes in this one, Mr. James Kingsley.
Hey, Dero, James Kingsley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get too excited, keeps things under
But
emotions.
off the top of my head, those are the moments that stood out to me at that Mania.
Never show you up, and he's always approachable.
Runner going a second time. Here's a swing and a ground ball, and that's through for a hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
I mean,
We
this
know what
is
we got to do.
baseball at its finest right there. With the speed demon at the top of the order that creates havoc.
If we have to score, damn it, we got to start early. Yeah, Orton's had some really crazy RKOs. It depends on how you define going.
Standing in now, Matt Carpenter. As he'll look at a fastball.
He was at last year's Mania, and it was a squash match against Cena. He won, which is good because I don't know if, like, those of you that saw Undertaker against Roman Reigns, and I don't like Roman Reigns, the wrestler. Emphasize the wrestler, nothing against the person. I felt bad for Roman Reigns in that Mania. Because to me, it's clear, like, Taker's done in that match. Like, this is not the right guy to face Taker. And Reigns did the best he could. I give him all the props in the world, but I felt bad for him because it was a disappointing way for Taker to go out. And it was a bad match, and it wasn't because of Reigns. It's because of the inability of Taker to get around the ring. And it sucks. And as me being a Taker fan, it sucked even more because he lost. And that was in my head, I'm like, this could be the lasting image of Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Hayward is there. Let's see if they try it. And
a subpar Mania.
Push things here with one away as he'll hold on at third base.
Jets. Hey, I don't blame you at all. Glad to see hockey return to Winnipeg, number 1. I'm gonna enjoy the NHL playoffs. Stanley Cup playoffs will be fun because I don't know who's gonna win. I'm going to focus on hockey just a little bit more as the tournament moves along.
curveball that
March
time, not
Madness,
even close.
because that's probably gonna be my primary focus. And then the start of baseball, but then after that kind of fizzles out a little bit, then I'll start paying more attention to hockey. Like I still watch. Damn it, they won't swing.
Ball and a strike now.
But it's gonna be a fun, really fun playoff. There's favorites, but there's like I think there's a handful of teams I think have a really good shot to win.
At the corners, this is a big pitch coming up. Got to execute and hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball.
Joy, that's exactly it. Don't know. And that's what makes it fun. Like it's like once you get in, matchups, hot goalies, cold goalies, a lucky bounce here or there.
Swing and a miss, a big strikeout, and he's 1 out away from working out of a jam.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs instead of 1. Basically, you need a hit, or you need to get lucky with a wild pitch or a pass ball.
Here's Marcelo Zuna.
This could sting. No pun intended.
Nothing pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Yep, hockey's not as predictable, so it makes it fun. I feel like on one end of the scale you have basketball, as in the NBA, and the other end you have the NHL.
Looking to wiggle out of this, here it is. Fouled off.
And babe, welcome. I do. I play, this is my 2nd season in the show. Wow. Horrible eye by me. This is my 2nd season in this year's show that I play. I'm a primary franchise player. I've been streaming MLB The Show for the last 3 years. I play other stuff too. Bad swing. But for the show, primarily franchise. I play every game. I play on Legend. And I hope for the best. So we're just wrapping up year 2. And then we'll reboot. I just actually finished my NHL 19 season, so at some point I'll have to do the playoffs, but baseball's the focus because it's almost that time.
And this one gets away.
I couldn't.
And he is back safely at first. It was almost trouble.
It should have been 2nd and 3rd, I know, but it's like I was scared of the guy on 3rd. And thank you for the follow. And also, welcome to MLB The Show. I think you will like the game a lot, regardless of what mode you like to play. A lot of people play DD, and a lot of streamers that stream the game play DD Battle Royale. There's a lot to do in the game. I like it. I was saying earlier that I think this will be one of the better balanced versions of the game. Franchise is good. Like I like how franchise is. March to October for people that don't want to play all the games. A quicker experience. DD. Road to the Show improvements. I hope I did this right. Yes, let's go.
Line drive base hit. The throw to third. And this will get in there too late. He's in there at third.
Oh, Zuna, come on, man. Dude's been kind of slumping of late. 4 of 11 in the postseason. Huge hit there.
You do have to keep an eye on him moving forward. He's a pro, though, so he's capable of turning things around in a hurry.
Runners on the corner.
Here's Jed Jerko now. As he will look at a first pitch
I got bailed out all right. But you know what? Lester's a crybaby. It's okay for him to not get the call every now and then. One thing I don't like don't get me wrong, and I played a video game and I get upset about stuff, but you can't be demonstrative on the mound like that with with an umpire and expect to get calls. And Lester's really bad at that.
The 1-0. A little bouncer that rolls
And it rubs me the wrong way because I'm like, dude. Because trust me, I'm the same. I'm the same way across the board. If you're in the NBA and you're whining about calls, James Harden, I'm a Laker fan, even LeBron, like, you can't cry about everything that happens in the game. It's like, hey, go out there and play. Control what you can control. I understand some of them, like, you're trying to understand why or stuff, but like when you're like physically like demeaning the official, complaining about it, it's like that just rubs me the wrong way. It really does. Deep prospect pool for the teams.
And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2.
Because they have, the thing about it is, babe, they have full, they have minor leagues. Like you have AAA, AA, you know, single A. But because minor league players are not part of the players union, they're not in the game unless they have had an official, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, unless they have an official at bat, they can't be in the game. So once they have official at bat at the major league level, then they can add them. So there are they're the fake players, but Operation Sports does do rosters. They're going to be out later this year. They are working on them. The rumor was that they're going to come in the summer, like early summer. So if you wanted to wait that long, you would be able to download their rosters and have the full minor leagues. So that's a possibility. But you will have prospects. You still have the draft. That aspect is still very fun.
And misses badly on a pitch down in the dirt.
No one's ignoring you, EB. I just because someone comes in and says hello, you can't just stop what you're doing. I saw. I'm just waiting to finish up and answer before acknowledging, so welcome.
Runners may have thought about it, but they'll stay put, and the count moves to 2-1.
No caps. I wish I could say how they work. I didn't play Road to the Show last year, but Lester.
Turner, the runner at third. Ozuna at second. Jerko on at first with 2 down.
I wish I could hit like him.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Yes, Lester with the walk.
And that will force home a run.
Man, it's been an absolute
Now that feels good. Drawing a walk with the bases loaded. You know how hard it is not to swing at that?
But they're definitely wobbling. We'll see if he can limit the damage going forward.
Stepping up now, Yadier Molina, 8th batter of the inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a little tapper.
Yachty. If you love me, Yachty. See blues like that. Well, if this thing's over. I thought the same thing too. Yeah. This is also why I put Yachty at 8. So if he wants to kill an inning, he can kill it. But I want Jose because I need more bats up earlier so I can do something.
As a look, now the pitch. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
This is the craziest pitch count I think I have ever seen. This is even better than the one against you because you was 35. Actually, no, you was 29. What, you was 29. Who pitched second? Hendricks was 35.
Deals the 1-2, lifted into center field. Hap is under
43. Well, a lot quicker to getting Lester out of the game.
So they wind up with 2 in the inning, but it could have been a lot worse as they leave the bases loaded. On down to the bottom of inning number 1, it's the Cardinals 2 and It's nothing.
I think EB would just like for me to stop the stream, pause the game, and just chat with him solo, or her.
How do they go about keeping this series alive?
Well, Matt, this lineup finds themselves down 2 runs. Nothing crazy. Everyone relax. Stay within the game plan. Find a way to execute and get.
But there's a lot to do in the show, babe. Franchise, March to October is like a simulated kind of like short. A lot of the games are sim, but you're gonna jump in and be able to play some games like an at-bat here and here. Maybe playing as one player for that entire game. Diamond Dynasty is the big one. Diamond Dynasty and Battle Royale like kind of their own piece. I can't explain it. You'd have to ask in chat because I'm not as familiar with it. They would be able to explain better because some of the people that are in chat now do play it. So you would be better asking them or if they can offer an opinion. But there is a lot to do in the game. Only downfall is no online franchise, but outside of that, a pretty nice package. Like, you'll be happy with your $60. Yep, we don't talk politics here.
First offering on its way.
People follow what they follow, and that is that. We don't talk about it because we are a positive community. We enjoy talking baseball and other stuff.
That's a well-placed fastball right there, just off the outside. If you can get guys to expand the strike zone and go after that pitch, you're going to have a lot of success.
I said someone just walking into chat having fun. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of that during the week coming up. So you guys that stream, Droid, I'm sure you already know. With the new game coming out, and you know, a lot of people going to channels watching, be prepared. I'll apologize. I like to joke around with them some and mess around, but I just don't feel like it. I gave a little leeway. I'm like, let's do it. Yo, Tin Man, I saw you were in here. Doing good. Hope you're doing well. He's coming off of a loss, but we're up 2-1.
Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, and hello, Shep. Thanks for the Australia love. Hope you're doing well.
Snatched out of midair at first base for route number 2.
Yeah, I tend to do funny because actually the funny thing is earlier on when I streamed a lot of Mario Maker, and I used to have trolls come in, and sometimes I would interact with the trolls just because I'm like, well, there really is, like, no one else is talking in chat, so I just interact with them. Like, in my head, I have a line, like, if you get over that line, I'll just time you out and then ban you. But one of the people that used to be a troll in my chat actually ended up being one of my regulars for a while, just because I was going back and joking back and forth with him, just like giving it back to him. Then he just chilled out and it's like, yeah, I'm just like kind of joking around, and then he was cool after that. But that initial stream, I'm like, man, this guy is just being a heavy troll.
There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that's going to
I think I've had enough of Rizzo, Schwarber, Bryant.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
That's a foul ball off to the left, and it moves to 1-2.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Hey, he's got 4 foul balls.
But Jed hit one, and no, not Jed. Paul DeYoung hit one, and Mr. what's his dude name? Jose Martinez.
And the inning is over.
So we are at 4:59, I think. Let me double check that. Yeah, we're at 459.
So here now is the pitcher.
Fun
Alex
stuff.
Ryan
Yo, Snowman, I
gets
do.
started in the top of the
All
second.
One of the keys
162
to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on.
plus
Try to build
playoffs.
that
So this
lead
is
as
my
much as
second
they can
season.
moving into the later
I'm
innings.
trying to finish this before
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
whatever.
It's
Before,
official. You suck.
yeah, that's what I think of you, ump. That's not a
And
strike, just so you know,
1-1 as
in
this
any
one's in on the
baseball.
hands.
First season I lost in the NLCS in 7. I was up
Pitcher
3-1.
up there with a 1-2
Dodgers came back and
count.
won, and this is season
Well,
2,
that's for
and this
sure
is it.
going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to
Thankfully.
get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Oh crap, the Giants won. Oof. Well, you know what? I don't care about what's going on in the Giants and Mets series. My only focus is Chicago. I'll worry about whoever I play after if I can win.
And no reason to, but sometimes you just lose the
Only
strike zone
focus
for
on
no
what you
apparent
control.
reason.
That's getting to the next round.
Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start
That's
the
all
second.
that I can control.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Hey, thanks, babe. Welcome to the show,
Riding
family.
in once
You
again,
are going to
Tim
love it.
Stanley. He reached on a single in his first
The
try.
MLB The Show community is really good on Twitch, so here, any other stream you go to, streamer and community is going to be really helpful.
Missed with a
We're
breaking
always
ball.
happy to have someone else playing the
Bases are
game.
empty, one man out.
A long time. I've been playing this game on a
Ball and a strike.
pretty regular basis for the first season. Then I took a break to kind of phase out of baseball a bit and then reset my mindset coming in for season 2. So, a lot of games. A lot of games. Gonna get to what, maybe like 350 games total on stream.
Hit out towards second. Slide and a stop by Myers. In time.
I try. I try.
Great show of range there.
I get animated at times, but there's a couple things. One, thank you for the follow.
That's going to take him right into a good
But
position
one,
where he's able to get enough on the
I stream
throw
at night,
to get him
so I
out
live
at
on the
first.
West Coast. So I realize that I can't be
As he'll take a
I
look
can't
at
be
the
loud,
off-speed
like
pitcher
loud,
that
loud,
misses for ball one. One for
because
one
right
after a
behind me are my
single his
neighbors.
first time
Live in
up.
an apartment, and then my roommate's room is next door. So I tend to stream later. I can't wake people up,
Into his windup. Here
but I
comes
still
the
have
ball.
my moments. I still
And
get
he fouls
animated,
this
I
one
get
off.
pumped up, I get annoyed, I
Little
curse.
guessing game going on right now.
I go
Being
radio
late on that
silent. I do
fastball
it all.
after the change, he had to be sitting off speed right there.
But I don't get like super, like I'm not going to be yell or anything like that because I have to be respectful of my neighbors in my room, especially at night. I am a Cardinal supporter. They are my favorite team. And yeah, Shady, you're right. Welcome back as well. That stream went forever. I feel like every time I came back to look to see if they were still on, they were. But a lot of solid baseball today. So for anyone that want to see MLB 19, you got more than your fair share of it. And now we wait.
But they hold a 2-0 lead.
Rockies franchise, how far in are you? Ooh. Kyle Schwarber. But yeah, Shep, this is my favorite team. I know some streamers like to play with a team to rebuild, but when I do my franchise, I will always play with my favorite team. So, always the Cardinals. I'm gonna start over I always start a new franchise. I'll be happy to start next year over because of one. Goldsmith, obviously. Andrew Miller. Better version of Harrison Bader. Tyler O'Neill. And then, sure, Jose Martinez will get a little bit of a bump too. And I get to trade Dexter Fowler again, so that's always fun for me too, so I don't really like Dexter Fowler. And Lexi, are you still here? Because you asked a question and I just remembered. Like I I saw the question. I had my answer like filed away, and then I forgot to answer, so I apologize. You asked what I would like to see added in franchise, correct?
Now a check swing, but he holds up in
I
time
wish
for
I had an
one.
answer for you, and Hicks too,
One
you're
out,
right.
nobody on.
I wish I had oh god, it's gonna be a bad pitch I have to miss because I don't want to miss over the plate.
And this winds up inside
I
for a
like the
ball.
contract
2-0 now.
extensions,
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0
the way
count
it's
on
set
a
up,
real
pre,
good hitter.
in
Boy,
spring
you're gonna have to
training
make some really good pitches
and
now.
during before the deadline, because I feel like that kind of gives you a little more control over what you want to do with your team.
2-1.
The real money is nice. One thing, I don't know if anyone has played NBA. If anyone has played NBA 2K, but in the franchise, at the end of the season, the owners vote on rules to change to add going forward. For example, the rule on coming out of college, the shot clock, I think it was 24 seconds and trying to reduce it to 20 seconds. Reset the play clock to X amount of time after an offensive rebound. Timeouts, fouls, stuff like that. Like, I think something like that in the show would be awesome. Like, to have the vote of
Bases are empty, one man.
DH, the reliever rule, adding an additional spot to the roster.
Fastball at the knees, maybe even below the
I think
knees,
that would
but
be
it's
pretty cool to
strike
have.
three called,
But
and
I
there
do
is your
struggle
swing.
thinking about what I would like in franchise, because as far as me personally, I understand baseball. I wish maybe they did something a little better, like they went into phases on MLB 18 so people could have a better understanding of what they're supposed to be doing when they're not playing games, like the draft, like, you know, trade deadline prep, waivers, stuff like that. But I wish they maybe went into more detail to explain it to people that are newer to the sport, newer to the game, because it's easy for me to understand. I know what I'm supposed to do, but other people may not know. Or when you talk about arbitration, things like that, I understand, but I don't think that a lot of people that play the game understand as well as maybe they would like to. And to have a tool to help them better understand and prepare them for that would be nice. Me personally, one thing that I was a big proponent for from a presentation perspective, especially as a franchise player. Contreras is at the plate right now. I'm going to go to the pin. So I see all of the pitches. I see the stats and everything for Lions. I would love to see what his splits, like what is his history against this batter. It may affect who I decide to bring in. Oh, he's 2 of 27 against Lions, but I bring in Cecil instead. He's 6 of 9. Makes my choice a little bit easier. Maybe seeing like with who's due up, having that, like something like that would be nice. Just help people to make decisions a little bit better. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. Like, I'd really have to sit and think, because I'm not sure what else they can add. Presentation, highlights. I would like that, a highlight show. I think that'd be pretty awesome. We already have the ticker at the bottom, but maybe in between the third inning, like, hey, we're going to step away and go to some in-game highlights while we're going to the fourth. Catch a home run here by this person. This is what the score of the game is. The sideline reporter is going to be pretty cool. But something like that would be pretty cool. So just in franchise, I feel you really, the big challenge is to know what you're going to have going on for your team, but to also know what's going on around the league. It's its own world, so you need to be included with what's going on. And the better job they can do of incorporating that into the game, the better.
Here now the 2-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Cubs are down in order. They trail things.
Okay, first of all, let me put it in slow chat so I don't accidentally ban something else. Boom, boom. And we're done. And let me check it out in slow chat. Just have to make sure I didn't want to accidentally ban you with fire. And if another name comes up, we'll just do that too. It's a playoff game. We gotta focus on this, guys. I'm trying to interact with you guys, number one, but two, I'm also trying to stay focused on the
Looks at a
playoff game. No one
curveball
has
on
time
the
for
outside
silliness.
corner. Carpenter doesn't usually
No
enjoy
one has time for
left-handed pitching
silliness.
like this as much as he
If
does
you do,
at-bats against
plenty
right-handers.
of
I'm not sure
streams
if it's a
live right
comfort
now,
thing or if
thousands
he
of
just sees
streams.
the
Just go
ball
to
better
another one.
coming from the right side, but that's the book on him at this point in his career.
But expect similar treatment.
He was able to... That breaking ball, the pitch before that
Pretty
heater
fitting,
right there,
Tim, man.
definitely threw his timing off.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2.
So I hope that answers your question, Lexi. But that's my, like, when I think of what can improve the franchise, that's kind of my thought.
2-2. Hit hard on the ground to the right.
It doesn't change anything because it's still banned. And even if you unfollow and follow again, the alert's not going to play, so.
It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game
Sorry.
down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but
Good
to
hit
do
by
it when
Carp,
it gets
though.
cold outside means everything.
Yeah, highlights to me is important because I think that's what, to me, that's what separates franchise from season. In the season, I don't necessarily care what's going on because it's just we have a definitive start point and end point. When the playoffs are done, it's done, period, and you start over. But in franchise, everything develops. Teams are developing, prospects are developing, so maybe something, you have the top 50. You have prospects, teams developing, drafts, maybe coaching changes.
Now Lester's 0-1.
Maybe at one point in franchise mode, being able to move the walls back and forth, expansion team, create a new stadium, just have a new ball, build a new ballpark altogether. Like there's a lot of things you can do. Like it's just really about staying immersed. Make me care about what else is going on around the league. It's a little bit hard because if you think of Madden, you play an online franchise, it's easy because you have other people talking about their games. You have other people, like in some websites, doing articles on their games, or they'll clip stuff and put it in chat so you can see the highlights.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Good job
Keep
to
fighting.
spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
67 pitches. He'll hit 70 plus. I'm hoping for 80 plus. Oh, I hope he gets out this game in this inning.
Another full count pitch home. And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on
Good
and missed
pitch.
for the first
Can't say
out.
anything.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch.
I don't know. What would you guys like to see changed in franchise? Whether it's a change or an improvement on something. I'd be curious to hear what other ideas are out there.
Here's Marcelo Zuna. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Schwarber has a read on it. 2 gone. Now batting, Jed Jerko. He drew a walk his first time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. Carpenter is off the first with 2 away.
Oof. Ah, that first pitch made it go bad.
Moving to his left, and he brings it in on the warning track. Cards lead one. They're up 2-0.
We're gonna go to the pen here.
And that'll
Won't
bring
be.
in the Pittsburgh area.
They may
be in half.
not. Well, they won't now. It's the third inning.
7-9 to start the home third.
Not much
More
going
ways to
on
go.
offensively.
Should have been over
These
there.
guys 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
It's always hard to eliminate a team on the road.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one.
That would be true, or even something like where you could rank.
Taken strike one.
Even someone, or even having where you could rank the farm systems.
1-1 home.
Make it easier to trade with a team. May make it a bit easier to figure out what you want to do. Like, I want to build a farm, or this team doesn't have one, so I'm looking to move prospects. So maybe this would be a team that I'd want to trade with because they're in win now mode.
Hit hard, but foul.
W. Corey, thanks for the follow.
You will rest in peace.
And Troy, thanks for the
He pulls
host.
this one into right, but this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first down.
Good contact to start out.
I'd rather hope that half would just be,
some sort of a hit, but it
you
hung
know,
up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
a loser and just get out consistent.
Into the box now, John Lester. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
Clearly, the pitching stats are
To this
bugged.
point, have yet to break into the hit
We
column.
saw this when you Darvish came up to bat
Swinging
last
strike,
night.
and now it's 0-2.
Some things never change, I guess.
Slow bouncer to the right side. And there are 2 away now.
For Lester Ball. I know, right? You batting over 800 much.
Here's the first pitch to him. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball. Ball one.
I'll go low then. Why not? Just make sure this one gets in. Or
And
not.
that one stayed too low apparently. The 2 on the right.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so tired of waiting, waiting for us to wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so sick of waiting for us to make a move.
God, that scared crap out of me. Enjoy it. Thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome to the sub graveyard. Enjoy the emotes.
The 3-0 pitch. A changeup that catches the corner for strike one.
I'll be having an emote hopefully added at the end of the month. Fingers crossed. But, you know, I have that tier 1. Also, for those of you that don't know, if you have Frank or Face Z, I also have
Kill confirmed.
3 free emotes to use as well. My Yachty emote, my Dinger emote,
3-1
and
pitch.
as a, you can guess as an Undertaker fan, the Sammy fail, you can kind of see where the inspiration came from.
He just tied him up in knots right there.
But thank you very much. So now I feel like I already wanted to win this game. I feel like I really have to win
Had
right
to
now.
sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Making
I
him
better
sweat
power.
out there. The 7th pitch coming up.
This is what worries me about what's going on right now. Reyes, solid so far.
On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is
go.
the one that
Reyes
finally
is
does
solid
it
so
as he
far.
wears him down, and the inning is over.
first time through the lineup, but his stamina is not great, so I'm gonna have to go to the pin.
Digging in, Jose Martinez leads things off in the inning for St. Louis, and he'll be followed by Yadier Molina, who waits on deck.
Yeah, the Reds are going to be a fun team to play against and to play with. Puig, Kemp.
High in the air out to center field. Hap on the move.
Damn it.
And that's the first out of the inning. One man gone for the Cardinals.
Puig, Hap. I'm sorry, Hap. Kemp. You still have Votto. Schebler, I've always seen hit really well in the game.
And there's one well above the zone for
Scoot.
a ball. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no
Suarez.
errors so far for the Redbirds.
And then you have Gray. They don't have a bad, like, their pitching should be better, I think, this
Now
year.
the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike 2.
Hey, you think back to the early innings right there. You thought this guy would have been hitting his showers. A credit to him. He's been able to regroup, find his mechanics, and find a way to stay in this game.
And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes.
Yep.
And the first 2
They're going to be I think they'd be a fun team to use. If I was in a league, I think I'd be cool with that team. Because worst case, if things don't pan out right away, you can move Kemp to prospects. Send him to someone who wants to win now. Get some prospects that you can help build up your farm system with, then you still have a solid team.
And now, Alex Reyes. As he'll lay off a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Almost yellow. At most, this dude pitches 5 innings.
Comes in with a changeup, and it's 2-0.
Can't allow yourself to lose focus.
And then we
right
see
here
who
with
they
the
go to the
pitcher
pin.
Got to stay on the attack.
Or
Minimize
who they
pitches
go to in
against
the
these
pin.
guys and put them away early.
That first inning was huge, though. You know, 43, 44 pitches in the first inning.
It's the outside corner, strike 1.
Yeah.
The 2-1. Takes a pitch for strike number 2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Bounce it to the left side. Throw to first in plenty of time.
Maybe don't put me on blast.
So they breeze through this half of the inning. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Cubs nothing.
Yeah, a lot of money handed out this offseason for a lot of teams.
Here's
Trout.
Javier Baez back to the
You know what?
top of the lineup.
There was a
They're
tweet.
still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, man. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
I want to pull up this tweet and I'll show you guys. Let's see. Which group text was it in? I think it was this one. I'm going to read it. Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Nolan Arenado. $1.32 billion worth of contracts just for 4 guys. Tampa Bay Rays, total payroll in franchise history over 21 seasons, $1.01 billion. Jason Stark, you can see that there. Back up so it's a little easier to see. So those 4 guys, $1.32 billion in 21 seasons. The Rays, 1.01. So that's ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous and nasty and
First
disgusting.
pitch on its way. Laid off as it caught
And
the
also
inside
funny.
corner. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Ball 10K on strip or something.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Up around the face.
You know, Matty, I'm not surprised by that pitch. Raise the eye level a little bit. Maybe we get something bouncing in the dirt right here.
Avi's kind of been quiet so far in this playoff series, and I'd like to keep him that way.
Fastball that just misses inside.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away.
I don't know how
So
long
now it'll
Reyes
be
has this
interesting to
game.
see what he
Pitching well,
turns
dude.
to.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
Remy,
What
maybe
I
I
like
would.
about that strikeout, guys,
Yep. Snell
he
got
came
his
back
today.
with
Goldie got his today. Craig will sign a contract eventually.
But instead of continuing to nibble a little bit,
And then we still have
get
bets
aggressive again and to challenge with his hard stuff.
coming up. If Martinez were to, JD Martinez were to opt out of his contract, how much does he
And he
make?
puts it on the ground to second. And that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies.
Well, there's no denying he was all over that fastball. That's what we like to refer to as a little bit of an ambush. OOD.
When I saw Snell's contract, I'm like, whoa. Alright, go okay.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He popped out in his first.
Yes, Fry, he is. And I need him to stay that way.
Popped him up. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Pitch is mishandled behind the plate, and it bounces away. And on the play, the runner moves into scoring position now at second.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate pass ball, and you can bet the catcher is kicking himself about it right now. With the runner advancing to second, the double play is off the table. Might come back to haunt him.
Hit hard down the line. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Now another 1-2. Hit on the ground toward the left. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
That's a nice piece of hit right there, boys. 5.5.
The problem is
Nice piece of base running. Guy on second is able to let
his
that
pitch
ball
count.
go through and then advance up to third.
Then, like I said, a shaky
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber.
bullpen.
So go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
What worry?
He's got runners at the corners here with only one gone.
Let's go, Cards.
Here comes the 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
Don't complain, just go to the next pitch. I mean, 70% of the ball's in the strike zone and it's still a ball, but hey,
No
you know.
offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
2-2. No runs, 2 hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. And that'll miss for ball 4 as this one gets away.
Well, he loses him there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits, so his command has been pretty solid so far.
First of all, I already struck him out anyway because that pitch should have been a strike. A pitch that doesn't leave the zone is not a ball under any circumstance, period. Period. So I don't understand how you can say that that pitch was a ball. It's a 2-seamer that broke away, yes, but the ball didn't leave the strike zone. Working and lurking. Cool, Sophie. I hope work's not too bad for you. Lurk away. And I hope it's a quick night for you.
First offering on its way. There's a strike.
Yo, Nick. I am a little nervous right now, but doing good. I hope you're doing well.
On third, Rizzo.
Just trying to escape a jam.
Schwarber is over at first with 1 away. This is line to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Boy, this one looked like it was headed for
It's
extra
official.
bases off
You
the bat.
suck.
A line drive bullet caught in the alley, but he does end up getting a sacrifice.
That was scary. I thought it was going to drop at first.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. That's the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball one. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Pop high in the air. Martinez over to his right.
Gotta find some offense on our side.
And the inning is over.
Make a call from the first. Nah.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. Back with more of Game 4 on MLB Network right after this. At the plate, Tim Stanley. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Which is also why it has the longest cooldown. I'll never say how long it's cooled down for either.
Protecting the bunt, the first pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0.
There's a user cooldown too.
Cubs bullpen will start working
Sorry.
here as both the lefty
User
and the
cooldown is
righty
lower
are up.
than the actual sound command cooldown.
That fastball must have a little late life on it because that was right in a wheelhouse and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Boy, that's really
But my
disappointing
headset
for a
beeped.
guy
I need to
that
plug it
has
up.
wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Okay.
Into the box, Trey Turner. As he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at
I
this
try.
point in the ballgame.
I make an effort to do it now because it doesn't sound loud to me, but what's called a lack of awareness. Things that aren't loud to me are probably much louder for you guys. That being one.
5th inning, 2-1 our score.
All it takes is to sit in a stream when that happens.
Lifted down the line in left.
Get out of play.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Digging in and looking for more, Matt Carpenter. He singled his last time. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Popped him up. Rizzo has room in foul territory. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They still lead it 2-1. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
I don't have any trust in my bullpen.
First pitch of the at-bat. Yanked fouled off to the right.
I don't have any trust in my bullpen. This is a really crap situation because I wanted to go to Lions.
Fouled off.
But after Lions, pretty much it's like I have to save Lions. I have to go straight from Reyes to Lions to maybe Brebbia to the closer if I'm going to find a way to win.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair?
I think Brebbia is the only one that has not given up a run so far in an appearance.
2-2 one more time. Lifted the other way to left center. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, there's a case of a jam sandwich right there. Not that bad of a pitch, but he's able to just be strong enough to loop that one into left field.
And sometimes a jam sandwich tastes much better than a rocket right at somebody.
Albert Almora is into the on-deck circle now as he'll pinch hit for the pitcher, Lester.
Albert Almora.
This one's down to third. Jerko showing off his range to second for one. And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter
Here come the Cubs. Here
go
go the Cubs.
play.
For now.
Here's Didi
For now.
Gregorius looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. On its way is pitch number 75. Is put in play to the right side of the
Alex,
infield.
thank you, because I really did not want to go to you coming out
Close play at
for the
first, but he's
fifth.
called out.
Thank
The
you.
side is retired. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. They're down 2-1.
Now, who do they bring in?
Steve Cishek takes over to start the sixth inning on the mound.
Number 43.
I only have one plug.
Cardinals number 4 hitter.
Either this for the headset
Bounced back after
or for the
striking out
controller.
last time up.
So one's gonna have to wait, unfortunately. No, I'm just a really
Ready
slow
with the
eater.
first pitch. Here it comes.
No, that was my
Look at
dinner
one catching the
that I
outside
ate when I
corner.
started to stream. 2 chicken breasts and mac and cheese.
And that one just missed outside.
Probably should have warmed it up, but it's like right in front of me. So clearly it's room temperature because it's just sitting here.
And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
It's going to be a bullpen game from this point forward. I would love to get to Jose Martinez because I feel like if I get to Martinez, they don't have a lefty other than Seacrest, right? I'm going to bring in Colton Wong to bat for... I'm bringing Colton to bat for Martinez and then swap him defensively, so defensive upgrade.
Oh, it wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3.
Oh, Wong will bat 7th. Hopefully he comes up this inning. No, that room temp chicken. Oh yeah.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter is aboard to start the
Man,
sixth.
shut the hell up.
Boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering where the heck was that pitch. I think he called it high,
my
but our
nephew.
strike zone says otherwise.
Spending the night at my parents' house and
Digging
he's
in,
watching
Marcelo Zuna. He flew out in his
Wreck-It
last
Ralph.
at-bat.
Ralph breaks the internet.
He's set. Here it comes. Looks at a two-seamer right down the middle.
Yep, want to
Cubs
chase
have
that
someone working in
sinker,
their bullpen now as
dropping
a
out the
right-hander's
zone
begun
and
to
ground
get
into a
loose.
double play. That's what he wants.
DeYoung.
Or
Gets
that
his
stupid
lead at
slider
first,
coming
nobody
across, breaking out the zone.
out. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. The 1-1. Ground ball left side.
I get nervous when he throws up because he's a low ball pitcher. I look up some because if it's up, I know I can hammer it. But I never do.
The numbers head-to-head with Steve Cishek. He's batting at a .385 clip. First pitch of the at-bat. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. Low scoring
Man,
thus far. 2-1
shot
here
to
in
the
into the corner and slicing foul.
See you back. Couldn't say what I wanted to say because I can't get myself in trouble. Like, I instantly think of the comeback, but I can't say that on stream, I'm sure. I probably could, but I shouldn't, so I don't.
The 1-2 misses for the second ball.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
The 2-2.
Ooh, that was a tough one.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the
big
count
pitch
back
here.
to 3-2. And
Big
he's
pitch.
seen a lot of pitches too.
Not gonna run on it. I don't trust myself.
Now the payoff pitch home is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3.
It's been a really rough day for this lineup. There's really no other way. Opportunities, and when they've had them, like right now, it's just been an uphill battle for them to make anything positive happen.
That one hurts so bad. Welcome, Flip. Thanks for the follow. Exactly.
With only 1 out in the inning.
Exactly. Could have had the bases loaded with Colton up, but it'll be a little bit easier to read lefty, righty off of him. Ideally, I want to get to pinch hit this inning because I can take Alex out, but that means I probably get a run across too. The odds are that I would get a run across.
Count and the pitch. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch.
I'll hold R2 so you guys can see the pitch. Alright. Nick, thanks for the follow.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Good waste pitch, 1-2. First and second now, 1 man out.
Got slow-mo out there. He's not slow. He's quick enough still.
A throw behind the runner at second, and late reactions, and they got him. The 1-2. Runners going. Still 1-2. 2 out with the man at first.
That hurt. This inning was a disaster. Inning was a disaster.
The 1-2 is a ball down and away.
This kind of
I took an extra step because I thought he was going to throw it, and then basically that's why that happened. And there's nothing I could do.
This is every pitcher's nightmare.
Because even though I've pressed the button for him to go back, he hesitates.
Swing it at anything that you throw towards home plate.
Missed with a slider.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
The 3-2 pitch. High in the air out to center field. Half has a play. And the inning is over. 1 left for the Cardinals. They lead it 2-1. Colton Wong will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Now playing first base.
Here's Javier.
Oh, whoops.
Baez, and he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. Tyler Lyons enters to do
That
the
song
pitching
request
in the
is
bottom
off.
of the 6th.
Number 70, Tyler Lyons.
I shouldn't go lefty righty, but it's a sinker. I trust the sinker to stay
First
down.
offering on its way.
And Lyons is the only
Hit
pitcher
hard to
that
the
these
right
guys
side,
haven't seen.
but foul.
And I know they have a bunch of lefties coming up.
Now a ball line softly here toward the
Yo,
right
Neil?
side.
No, I am not Vince Carter. If I was, I think I'd be a little busier than playing MLB
Changes
The
up
Show.
on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Bobby Cox always
Don't know
used
if
to say, "I'm
the
gonna
Hawks
put you in
played today."
positions to be successful." Well, against the modern day bullpen,
All right,
easier
lefties.
said than done. These guys are
Do your
throwing
thing.
flames from all arm angles.
The right fielder, number 22, Jason.
At the plate, Jason Hayward. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. First pitch on its way. And that one's
I
still
mean, I
too
wasn't
low,
expecting this to
apparently.
be 1-2-1,
Hit down the line at first.
but if I have to
But
win
a
it 2-1, I'll do
foul
it.
ball, 1-1. One out, nobody on. To third. Jerko has it. And that's the second out.
Rizzo Schwarber.
Anthony Rizzo.
I'm gonna have to do
He's 1 for 2 in this one. First pitch coming, here it is.
Though I'd imagine their video game setup must be pretty nice. I could just imagine sitting in a movie theater. Huge giant screen. Speakers, wherever you want to put them, and just playing whatever you want. That'd be pretty sick.
A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
And that's his strikeout pitch right there.
Man,
You know, you'll
that'd
see a
be-
lot
that
of
would
guys
be
swing right
nice.
over the top of that one. But in this situation, he was able to hold back. That's a nice take.
Drilled right back up the middle. Played on the backhand. Throw on to Carpenter, gets him, and that ends the inning.
Chocolate.
Cubs are down in order. Our score
Hey, look at
remains
that.
2-1.
Level 100 up there. Yep. It depends. It would depend.
Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Game 4 is off to the 7th inning now, but before we get it started, let's check out our game summary to this point. Ryan Presley is on to pitch from the bullpen.
They have 3 hits. Unfortunately, their hits came with walks all around the same time. They bring in a righty.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina, who sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Very weakly on the
Freaking
ground.
Yachty.
Foul ball, however, strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count to Molina. Curveball that time, not even close.
Yachty. Just take the hit. You don't get on base. Just take the hit, bro. Come on, man. You're...
And a neck-high fastball that time.
on a sweeping curveball. You talk about leaning in to take the pit. I would have...
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
And a good take there as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Yeah, that's but when it doesn't, it's ugly. And he was faced one guy, and he couldn't get it done.
Good pinch hit. I could leave Lions in because Lions just shut the door. Because Schwarber is up and it's a lefty. Save Lonnie. I thought about it, Blue. I'm going to save Lonnie for the ninth because I will have to pinch hit again one more time this game. The problem is I can't trust the bunt, and I'd have to send Yachty because he's so damn slow. Even if I bunt, I still might bunt into a double play.
Called strike to the 35-year-old veteran.
It's kind of forcing my hand. Lonnie I'm going to save because odds are I'm going to get one more at bat with the pitcher spot. And if that's the case, I'm going to need Lonnie in that situation. My best batter.
The 0-1 pitch is in there for the second strike.
Hey, that's obviously the game plan against this guy. Bury it in on his hands. He finds himself down 0-2 now. He doesn't know if he's coming back in there or going breaking stuff down and away.
We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. And now time granted here as they'll step out to rethink down 0-2.
And I can't complain. I can't complain because I just got a gift.
Missed with a
We
breaking
didn't
ball.
take that. Come on.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap.
I'm so damn slow.
Now the relay home. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
My pinch hit game is on point right now. Brett, that hit is huge. 2 huge pinch hits in Wrigley for Brett Gardner. Base hit will score 2. Gardner's fast enough.
Into the box now.
Unless it's a hard hit ball. That bounces like right in front of an outfielder. We have to get both. To hell with one. We need both.
Now the 0-1. He couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. From the belt, the pitch hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul.
He wouldn't have been able to score on that anyway.
0-2. The 0-2 once more. It's a fastball that misses.
With the infield back in a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
This is a really important time because I blew it in the 5th inning.
The 1-2. Grounder down the line at third. Full extension, but he can't make the catch. That's strike 1.
Not gonna lie, I would have liked that to be fair.
And a swing and a miss. A big strikeout here as it'll remain second and third, but with one away now. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Kevin Segrist takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away.
Are you gonna walk him and pitch to Matt with the bases loaded? Interesting.
The speedy Trey Turner digs in now as he grounds one briskly to short. And that is into center field as he comes through. It's a base hit. And that'll score the runner from third as they'll open up a 3-1 lead.
Boy, that's a big RBI right there to give this team a 2-run cushion going into the late innings. And it always makes it easier on the opposing pitcher to know that you have a 2-run lead.
Yeah, Leo Mazzoni always used to say, old pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves, solos won't kill us, guys.
And their
he's
closers
absolutely
warming up.
right. You give yourself a 2-run lead, a solo homer's not gonna do too much damage.
Here's Matt
Oh,
Carpenter.
please, please pitch out. I don't want second base. I want him to have a favorable count to hit in. Let's get that second run across. What I am is nervous. I missed it.
Gonna find the seats. Strike one. Runners are at first and third.
That was the pitch. Crap.
It's official. You suck.
2 balls and a strike to Matt Carpenter.
That's the game coding. I'm guessing he thought that the shortstop was going to catch the ball, so he went back. Because then I'm not going to blame the game for that, because he's going to take a step back. Because if that's me in that situation, I'm taking a step back because I think that he's going to get the ball. Then the only play is at first. I can't run to third because there's a guy at third. So I get it. It just took a little bit longer than I would have liked for him to actually move after it, but it is what it is.
2-1. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul.
I need to avoid a double play at all costs, because I need to force their hand with a bunch of righties coming up. What are they going to do?
Slowed him down. Let's see where he's going now.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Hayward gathers it in. Here comes the runner for the plate. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And they'll tack on a run with the sac fly.
Good job, Matt.
4-1 ball.
Slumping.
Great job there by this
hidden in the postseason. I like it.
Driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job right there with the sac fly and brings the run
Fair,
home.
fair.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Paul DeYoung. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. From the stretch. A changeup that catches the corner for strike one.
Well, if you can throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is
All right,
effective.
3-run lead,
Hitters are
9 outs to go.
never looking for it.
See if Paul can keep this inning alive. I'm not going to run, trust me.
And he'll get back in standing. The 0-1 on its way. That misses to the Cardinal shortstop, and it's even at
Very
1-1.
inconsistent umpire in this game.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you've got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
Turner's on his horse on his way to second. A pitch out. The throw. But he's
Bastards.
safe at first as he gets back in
I
time.
really wasn't going to run. But then when they threw over, I'm like, you know, maybe I will.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. A runner on first with 2 away. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. It's the Cardinals 4 and the Cubs 1. John Brebbia gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7.
It's punishment time!
Now at the plate, Kyle Schwarber
Hopefully.
is batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look.
That's what I should do before I ban people.
Yeah, not much to
Drop the
say
ban
about
and
it,
just drop
a
that
single
command
notch
in
on the
there.
scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Hey boys, although I'd love to get
So
all over
logic
this
here.
offense for
The righties are
underachieving,
coming up.
let's tip our
The
cap to
reason
this
I'm going
pitching
with
staff right
Brebbia
here.
is
They've been
because
able
I
to
know I really can't
execute,
throw a slider
working
against
all
Kyle,
four
but I can throw a
quadrants and keeping this
two-seamer.
team totally off balance.
So I feel confident with
Swung
him.
on and missed.
Because otherwise the
Outclassed
play is
by
play
that
Cecil.
fastball for a strike.
And if I play Cecil, I have no lefty for the rest of the game. But that's why Brebbia is coming in now.
And there's a base hit on the line.
Hey, excellent job right there, leading off the inning with a base hit. We got to keep this line moving. We cannot stop. Nobody can make an out.
I have no confidence in throwing a slider inside right now. Away, sure. Inside, nah.
Here's Chris Bryant now.
I'm too scared of missing and giving up a home run. Granted, it's only one run. But I've had quite enough from Kyle Schwarber right now. Quite enough.
Slider stayed too low, ball 2.
Boy, this is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like this. 2-0 count. We'll see right here if he lays one in there to give him a pitch to swing at.
Now he gets the ground ball.
And I missed that pitch too.
The second for one. On to first.
Got
And
away
that's
with
the
one.
very last thing they needed at this point in the
Because I
ball
missed
game.
my spot there.
2 away now.
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the
See
first
you,
baseman
John.
has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
Contreras.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1.
That's big, especially if we can get out the inning and have half lead it off with no one on. That'd be huge.
Ball 1.
And Brebbia is probably
We're in
going to pitch the 8th
now.
inning too.
4-1 our score to this point. And it's 1-2.
With Cecil, because what it'd be, well, let's focus on getting the out first. Can't worry about who's up next.
Ready on 1 and 2. This should end the inning as it's
Okay.
sent out to second. Taken in by Wong. Throw on to
Hap.
Carpenter, gets him, and that ends
Pitcher
the
spot.
inning. Cubs are down quietly.
I'll probably chase Headley to the lefty.
4-1 ball game.
Didi, Baez, and then the lefties.
There's Joe Madden up out of the dugout now on his way to home plate, so it looks as though he's going to call for the double switch here.
Who did they take out? Am I missing? They didn't take anyone out. They didn't call for a double switch.
Brendan Morrow will come on to pitch here, and he'll move into the number 5 spot in the lineup now
But I hit
on
the
the
button
double
too
switch.
quick.
Number 15.
Chase Headley.
They took out Chris Bryant again.
Is also into the ball game as he'll hit in the number 8 spot here.
Number 13.
Here's Marcelo Zuna. In
They did the
prior
same
outings
thing in the
against
first
Brandon
game.
Morrow, he brings with him a
No, Blue, they did the
313
same thing in the
batting
first game.
average.
It's
He also
crazy,
has
twice.
1 home run.
Fielder number 23. Marcel Ozuna.
Man, Chicago Tribune
comes the
would
first
blow
pitch.
up on this man. Or was it, is it Chicago
Slider
Tribune or
down
Chicago
low
Sun
for a
Times?
strike.
Tribune, right? They would blow up on him.
Fastball down near the
You don't
shoe
take
tops.
Bryant out the lineup.
Playing here in his age 34 season. He was a first-round pick or in the first-year
Maybe,
player
okay.
draft of 2006.
You absolutely
Yeah,
don't take him
cannot
out.
miss on your first rounder, and they didn't with this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar.
High in the air out to center field. Howe sprinting after it. 1 away.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Here's Jed Jerko now.
Because you would just pinch hit with him. $70, $72, $75. $70 reaction for Bryant, 72 arm, 75. There's not a defense. It's not really a defensive upgrade. That makes absolutely no sense. You just pinch hit with him.
First pitch of the at bat on its way.
There's no logic. It's the only way you do it if it's a defensive upgrade, but you don't even have to because the pitcher spot is due up next inning. You just pinch hit. It makes no sense.
8th inning, 4-1 is our score.
You don't even have to worry about a double switch at that point. At this point in the game.
Ball and a strike.
I'm going to clip that. I'm going to send that to someone. I think the developers may want to take a look at that if they haven't for 19, but just something to take a look at. So they did the same thing in game 1.
Swung on and missed. He got him.
I think he kind of trained the hitter's eyes in that at bat. What I mean is you'll find the first 3 pitches are all down around the knee. So as a hitter, he's probably looking down there again, and that's the perfect time to raise his sights and make a good pitch up.
Here's the second baseman, Colton Wong. Popped him up.
I think Joe wants to get fired pretty much.
Will wait on it as he puts this one away. The side is retired. Down in order go the Cardinals, but they lead it 4-1.
Could be because he does like to use the double switch a lot. He really does, but it just in that situation, there's no benefit to doing it.
A hit and 2 tries for him so far.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple
But that
runs.
is a valid point.
That old slogan, a bloop and a blast, they could certainly use that right now.
A 1 pitch on its way. Missed with a slider. A wave and a miss.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and then get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and it backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Hey, let's not sugarcoat this. This is a huge half inning right here. They have to find a way to score a few runs. They do not want to face the closer, needing 3 runs in the 9th. That means game over.
1-1 the count.
Pretty cool, Brad.
So 1-1. And now a swing from Headley as he sends a ground ball to second base. On to first, and Headley's retired here, 2 away. At the plate, Didi Gregorius. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
Oh, yeah, sure it is. Makes no sense.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Pulls this one into the air out
Brad,
into right field.
You do are great.
And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail it 4-1. Welcome back to MLB Network. Great to have you with us from Chicago as the 9th inning is set to get underway. Carl Edwards Jr. enters from the pen to start the 9th inning.
One inning away,
He'll try to
guys.
keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Ready for another chance? Yadier Molina. 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Off we go in the 9th as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball hits a Gregorius at short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, pitcher, John Bradley.
Monty Chisenhall will They'll move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning. In there, and it's 0-1. 0-1's the count.
No, scared is right. I'll definitely be scared. Be a lot of things.
Bases are empty, one man out.
Funny thing is, Lonnie is hitless.
Skied into straightaway right. Hayward has a
But
read
his
on
one
it.
RBI was a series.
Play, and there are two gone now.
Huge difference maker. That sack fly
And now back
to win
the
game
leadoff
one.
spot.
If we
The
lose
St.
game
Louis
one, the
lineup
series that's
standing
totally
in
different.
Tim Stanley. He's 1 for 4 for the game.
I may have to move Chat to the other side so I can see Chat a little
Ready with
easier
the
that
first
night.
pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard but foul.
I sure did. That's not gonna be fun. I have to retrain myself.
Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
Hey, this boy ain't messing around right now. Attacking his zone, showing a lot of confidence in his stuff. He's got 2 quick outs.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals as they hold on to a 4-1 lead.
Oh. The only thing I'm gonna hate is myself for having to put myself through it and willingly doing
Takes the
it.
ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Luke Gregerson.
Now back to the leadoff spot from the Cubs lineup. Stepping forward, Javier Baez will be the first at bat here in the inning with his guys in need of some ninth-inning magic if they're going to force a Game 5. Here's the first pitch. And no swing, apparently, ball 1. His lifetime numbers against Gregerson, he's totaled 4 hits in 19 tries. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Ripped down the first base line, and that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now. And the Cubs could be onto something here. It's a leadoff double.
Well, back in the day, you would hope your leadoff man could work a walk or leg out an infield single, but not in today's game. Now they expect the leadoff hitter to have a little pop, just like this guy. Nice leadoff double.
Here's Jason Hayward now. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
I already have Cecil warmed up.
Here's the first pitch. Now he turns on a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. And the run will score from second as it's back to just a 2-run ball game now.
When you're down late, every run you score, no matter what inning, puts a little doubt in the other team's mind. And after this triple, the lead is only 2. So a long ball, and we're all tied up, people.
Cecil, a southpaw standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Anthony Rizzo stands in now as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. 1-1 the count to the Cubs first baseman.
Hey, this is the game within the game right here. The hitter has to decide if he's going to change his game plan. Is he going to stay staunch and wait for him to miss over the heart of the plate or inside? Or is he going to adjust his sights and try and drive the ball the other way?
Throw on the first to be in time, but meanwhile the lead shrinks to 1 here on the RBI ground ball.
A simple ground ball to the infield, but the run does come home from third, and they cut the deficit to only 1 run.
Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Kyle Schwarber, past history with Brett Cecil. He's a .318 hitter. Here's the first pitch. Lefty against lefty here as this is taken for a ball. 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Cecil is a reliever known for forcing contact. Not a huge strikeout guy most of the time, but he also doesn't issue a lot of free passes either.
There's a couple of keys to being a good reliever. One, if you have great stuff and you strike everybody out, or like this guy, not afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. He has good stuff, not great stuff. He's not afraid to let his defense help him out and make some plays.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Still only 1 out in the inning. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
Who do they bring in? Who's left on their bench?
Francisco Cervelli will pinch hit here, and he's the potential
I was
time
talking shit about catchers yesterday.
looking at a tough pitch called a strike.
Brett, though I don't fully trust him, he has pitched well lefty-righty.
The 0-1. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul.
And then strike away.
The Cubs are down to their final strike here. He struck him out, and that'll do it as they've won this series, so they'll move on.
Well, my advice to them is to enjoy this moment, celebrate with teammates, and then realize that none of it will matter if they don't get back to work in the NLCS. They've wet their beaks with this postseason success. Now they want some more.
Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he pitched really well. He wasn't necessarily dominant, but turned in a good, solid effort.
Do they have
Definitely
Zopus?
was a factor in the win here.
That's one thing, other thing I would like to see. Someone said franchise, maybe not franchise, but just in general. I would like to be able to see who's left on the opponent's bench. I'm going to check the stats here in just a sec. No. Can I? No, I can't. I can't even skip to look. But I'll look and see if he's on the team. Before half, it was Obris.
Our final line score tonight, first for the victorious St. Louis Cardinals. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, left 6 men on base.